Let's get it. Which of the following is the best procedure for making lane changes to the right? At the end of the day, you've got to use your blinker. Right is up. You got to look over your shoulder because there's a blind spot to your right. A lot of beginning drivers don't look over their shoulder, or they look over the wrong shoulder, or they don't have a blinker, or there's not enough room. And that's when an accident happens. So you got to read each of the questions, and they're all very similar. And you got to imagine you are driving, and one of these answers is the best one. You are changing lanes in traffic in a multiple lane street. As you start to steer into the other lane, you should, a lot of beginning drivers put their foot on the brake. You're going too slow. Cars will hit you. Cars will run into you. So what I need you to do is maintain speed. A lot of beginning drivers slow down and they get hit. And drivers get scared and they cut us off. I don't want that to happen to you. So maintain speed. When your vehicle turns a corner, the tracks made by the rear tires are always tighter than those to the front. The front tires turn, your front tires or wheels are the turning wheels. I hope you understand this. When you turn the steering wheel, your front tires turn. If you turn the steering wheel really short and tight, the rear tires could go over the curb. If you turn them too wide, you'll go in the wrong lane. So a lot of beginning drivers don't understand, as I turn the front wheel, the car will go really wide or really tight. So you want to turn smoothly. So I always teach you to really turn smoothly. When you are a new driver and practicing turning right or left with good traction and normal conditions, your speed should not exceed 5 to 15 miles an hour. This is true. A lot of beginners go too fast. And if you go too fast, you're going to overturn the wheel and you're going to go in the wrong lane. Or if you go too slow and turn the wheel too fast, the car will drift out to the right. So the biggest thing that I see for beginning drivers is learning how to match your speed with the turn. And a lot of you will struggle because you haven't done this before. So I'm trying to help you not struggle. To reverse direction on a two-way street, you would best manage your risk by, it says, making a 2-point turnaround where you back into a driveway and go the opposite way. You got to work on your maneuverability. Making a U-turn, too small. Making a 3-point turn, too slow. Making a 2-point turn by a driveway, kind of right. The best answer is making a 2-point turn by backing into a driveway with your right and then driving forward. So if a lot of you can't visualize what your car is doing, you're going to miss this question. This is why we got 61%. Thank you. A 3-point turnabout should only be used if there's not much traffic. Why? It's a very slow turn. You pull in, you reverse back. You go the other way, you reverse back. It's a very slow, inefficient type of turn. So you would use this if there is not much traffic and you have a lot of room. That's why you got 57%. When you perpendicular park, you should, when possible, select the space that lets you drive through facing the space. So when you leave, you will not have to back out. Backing out is the most dangerous. Parking lots are the most dangerous. Please write this down. More people get hit, killed, ran over in parking lots because people don't look behind them. It's more efficient to pull through the parking spot than reversing. When you reverse, you run a risk of hitting a car, hitting a person, hitting a bike. Either they'll hit you or you hit them. So reversing is really dangerous. Yes, I am. When you are angled or perpendicular parking, you should signal in the direction you intend to park. Going down a parking spot at the mall, there angled parking spots, perpendicular. You have spots on the right, you have spots on the left. Signal your intention, let people know. 35%. When you curve park facing uphill or downhill, you should, a lot of you had questions on this. If you're parking downhill, yeah, I'm okay. If you're parking downhill, the curb's to the right, you turn your front wheels all the way to the right. If your car slips out of gear, got to have your park brake on, the front car will roll into the curb. If you're parking uphill, you turn your wheels the opposite way. So if your car slips out of gear, it will roll backwards into the hill. So that's why it matters where you park, how you park on a curb or a hill. You have an option to make a 2-point turn, U-turn, or going counterclockwise across the block to reverse your direction. Wow, that's a lot. Which will be best to minimize your risk going around the block. But if you're a beginner, you're going to go around the block because you don't know how to park or you don't know how to turn around. This is a good question because you don't know how to make a U-turn. You don't know how to do a 2-point turn, and you'll panic. So a lot of you on small, narrow streets will just go around the block. A good driver will pause for a second. Okay, let me think. I'm going to back into this driveway. Then I'm going to turn and go the other way. So this is an advanced question. This is why you guys got 33%. Let's view this again. You have an option, 2-point turn, U-turn, going counterclockwise around the block to reverse your direction. If you got experience, you'll know what to do. If don't, then you'll choose the easiest method. You're driving 30 miles an hour and you realize you are quickly approaching a street and you want to turn right. You should continue straight. You want to turn on your blinker. You got to decide, how far am I away? How close am I? Is there traffic behind me? Who's behind me? Is it a car, a truck, a bus, someone in a car going too fast? So a lot of you, driving is judgment. And you don't have judgment because you're new drivers. I'm just being real. You have to learn judgment. Just like playing a video game. If you just go inside, you won't make it. But if you're patient and plan, you're going to make it. So these questions are really good for you. We're going to go through. You should turn your turn signal on as soon as possible. Yes. But if you turn it on too early, you will confuse people. If you turn it on too late, you're going to get hit. When you intend to change lanes in heavy rush hour traffic, you should use your turn signal early. Let's look at some of these. I like this because this forces you to really learn how to drive. It's like me taking you to a downtown area, and then I'm going to tell you, do a 3-point turnaround. What is that? Do a 2-point turnaround. What is that? Parallel park. What is that? So this is why I take all of you to downtown areas. I force you to learn. And some of you will say, you know what? It's not that bad. Or I was really nervous, but I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you. And you guys got to show me you can drive. So I'm going to copy these. Give me 1 second here. If you learned something today, subscribe to my channel. Doing a lot of great stuff. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.